This worry was somewhat eased when Terron Armstead committed to another season, and the team re-signed versatile tackle Kendall Lamb. Additionally, second-round draft pick Patrick Paul has been impressive so far, showing promise and making a strong case for a future starting role. However, the situation in the middle of the line, particularly at the guard positions, remains a concern for many fans and analysts alike. The Dolphins made several moves to address these concerns during the offseason. They signed Aaron Brewer to a 3-year deal, expecting him to take over as the new starting center. Brewer brings experience and stability, something the Dolphins desperately need in the center of their line. The team also brought back Isaiah Wynn on a 1-year contract. Wynn was performing well at left guard before suffering a season-ending injury in Week 7 last year, and the Dolphins are counting on him to return to form. Robert Jones, a reliable backup and occasional starter, also returns, adding some much-needed depth. However, as August progresses, the Dolphins are once again facing injury issues that could derail their plans. Wynn, who was re-signed despite still dealing with his quad injury from last year, is now facing additional complications, described by head coach Mike McDaniel as compounding stuff. Brewer is also dealing with a hand injury, which has kept him off the practice field. These injuries are a significant issue, especially given the lack of depth and proven talent on the offensive line. The Dolphins coaching staff now faces the challenge of finding viable replacements and ensuring that the line can hold up against tough competition. These injury concerns are particularly troubling as the Dolphins prepare for joint practices with the Washington Commanders this week. The Commanders boast one of the league's strongest defensive lines, featuring star players like Darren Payne and Jonathan Allen. This matchup will provide a stern test for Miami's offensive line, which is already thin due to injuries. Facing such a formidable defensive front in practice will give the Dolphins a clear idea of where they stand and what adjustments need to be made before the season begins. Dolphins head coach Mike McDaniel spoke about the challenge posed by Washington's defensive line, emphasizing the importance of facing strong competition in a practice setting. He highlighted that these practices offer an opportunity for the team to test its schemes and fundamentals against top-tier talent. McDaniel expressed excitement about the challenge, noting that it would be a valuable learning experience for the team and help them gauge their readiness for the regular season. The Commanders' starting defensive tackle duo, Darren Payne and Jonathan Allen, are among the best in the league, taking a back seat to almost no one. If they play in the upcoming joint practices, it will be interesting to see how Miami's current starting interior line holds up against them. Last week, Jack Driscoll started at center for Miami, and it's possible he could start again, along with a combination of Robert Jones, Andrew Meyer, and Liam Eichenberg at the guard positions. Eichenberg has been working at center recently with Brewer out, but he is also listed as the current starting right guard on the Dolphins' depth chart. Given the ongoing injury issues with Wynn, there is a real possibility that 2 or more of these players could end up being in the starting lineup for the season opener against the Jacksonville Jaguars.